Good evening, everybody. Chef Biggs here from my kitchen here in Port Coquitlam, making another righteously delicious kitchen creation. Today on the menu, we have ourselves some winter soup involving kale, butternut squash, and some quinoa with some special ingredients. And what those special ingredients are, you'll never know, but you'll see when I make it. And what I gotta do right now is on my stove here, you're gonna grab yourself one big pot right here. You're going to put it on your stove. You're going to turn that to a medium heat. As I'm going to do that, I'm going to turn that to a medium heat. And what you're going to do with that pot is you're going to grab olive oil, just like this. You're going to grab a tablespoon. You're going to add 3 of those to the pot. And once it's glimmering and simmering, you're going to start adding some beautiful vegetables, as I'm going to show you while I'm waiting for this to heat up. 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Now while we're waiting here for the olive oil to heat up, I'm going to show you some of the stuff I have here in my kitchen creation here. Right now I'm going to show you some kale. This is straight from the garden, right outside my house. It is very beautiful, very tasty kale. We have ourselves 1 cup of quinoa to add to the soup. You have 1 onion chopped. You can either use yellow or white. I prefer white today. I was crying while I was cutting it, but at the end it's all worth it. And what I do right now is, if you want to make 4 cups of broth, you can add 4 cups of broth and 2 cups of water to the mixture after. And what I do is I grab bouillon cubes. Bouillon cubes bring a bigger flavor to your mixture. You can also pre-mix it before you start your mixture. And I use vegetable, which you're supposed to use, and it's very tasty. And the kind I use is called McCormick. Now, these are very, very tasty and very popular. Bouillon cubes, a little bit more pricier, but on the long run, they're very more tastier. Sorry, Campbell's. We also have ourselves 2 celery stalks, chopped up in nice slices right here. We also have ourselves 3 peeled carrots, washed and chopped. And we have ourselves some Brussels sprouts, right from my garden also. Now, these are vegetables you're going to add to this nice, beautiful soup.
Stop.
And also, we have ourselves, sorry, I'm trying to find out where I put things here. I should always remember that. We have ourselves butternut squash to add to the soup. Now, I don't like real butternut. Well, this is real butternut squash, but the butternut squash is too hard to cut. So, Man's vegetables are always the way to go. You find them at Safeway. I prefer these Man's vegetables because they seem to be more fresher from the garden and more tastier. And those are going to be added to my soup. And what I'm going to do right now is, while I'm waiting for my pot here to heat up, is I'm going to give it a little swirl on the bottom here. As you're going to see this, it makes it nice and, coat the bottom first before you put any vegetables in there. Just like that. And what you're going to do is you're going to start by adding the onions, which are right here in the bottom. Bang, bam. Once you hear it start sizzling, it's a beautiful thing. What I'm going to do is add my carrots and my Brussels sprouts right here to the mixture. Nice, beautiful green and orange. Very tasty. You're going to add that to the mixture here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my celery. Bam! Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my timer on for 8 minutes while I stir this at a medium heat. And as I'm doing that, I am going to sit there and give it a stir continuously for the next 7 minutes. And I'll be right back with Chef Big's Kitchen after 7 minutes. And for the second step, I'll be right back. Thank you very much. Hello everybody, welcome back. While I'm making this cook here, there's 2 ingredients I totally forgot to add to this. I'm going to do that while I'm cooking it. And what we have here is we have 1 can of chickpeas. What we're going to do is we're going to rinse those under the strainer. And those are going to be added towards the end of the soup. And we also have ourselves some garlic. Now, minced garlic is the way to go. I know people like real garlic, but it asks for 6 cloves, so it equals 2 tablespoons of beautiful garlic. Now, I use heaping spoons because heaping is better. Remember, more flavor, the better. Thank you very much. Hello everybody, welcome back to Chef Big's here. Righteously Delicious Kitchen Creation coming at you. Got some butternut kale and kale soup here. And yeah, it's going to look very good, very tasty. And we got some quinoa to add to that. I think I said kale twice, but my alarm's going off here. Now for the second step here, you're going to grab yourself some minced garlic. Bam. What you're going to do is you're going to add yourself 2 heaping tablespoons of minced garlic to the mixture and stir it for 1 minute. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a stir just like this. Basically what the oil is doing is it's basically giving the broth more flavor. As you know, you add more broth to it. When you saute vegetables, the original flavors of the vegetables add more flavor to your soup. So what I'm going to show you here is a beautiful, what we have here after 8 minutes of stirring the vegetables. We have ourselves the 2 tablespoons of garlic. This is for 8 minutes. Now what we do right now is you can add yourself a can of stewed tomatoes or diced tomatoes with the juice in it, but me, I'm not a tomato fan, or I can't really have tomatoes. So if you want to add that as an option, add it as an option, you certainly can. Now what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to add my 4 cups of vegetable broth here to the mixture. Bam. 2 cups of water, high quality H2O right in this container here. And what we're going to do is we're going to add ourselves the quinoa right here. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to give that a stir. We're going to turn the element up to a high heat, bring it to a boil. And once you bring it to a boil, we're going to turn it down to a low medium heat, and we're going to leave it on the element for 25 minutes. And what we're going to do after 25 minutes is we're going to sit there and come back. Make sure you cover with the lid once it's at a boil, and make sure you turn it down to a minimum heat. And yeah, and what'll happen is it'll cook into the broth here. I'll come back after this messages, and I got like 1 minute left before 10 minutes of this video, and I'll make the next video. But when I come back in like 30 seconds here, not even 30 seconds, I'll show you what I'm going to look at when it's boiling and what I'm going to do before I turn it down. Thank you. Okay, hello everyone, welcome back here. At the end here, I'm going to add myself my butternut squash to the mixture here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that cook in the broth for 25 minutes. And, you know, I tell you, butternut squash is the way to go nowadays. A lot of people are using it for spaghetti, healthy options. And I'm going to leave that in there. I'm going to bring this to a boil. Pardon my grammar, sorry. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my lid here, And once it comes to a boil, turn it down to a simmering heat for 25 minutes. And I'll be right back with the next video showing what the final look looks like and what I'm adding to the end of the soup. Thank you very much for watching Chef Biggs here and his righteously delicious kitchen creation ideas coming at you in my kitchen. Thank you very much.